What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at XRP. We're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum. If we have time, the S&P 500. We're also going to be looking at a chart that was sent to me from one of you guys, one of my subscribers, that actually emailed me over what he believes is kind of relevant towards the XRP chart. We're going to do some comparison, compare this to my chart, and then give you guys a general understanding of where I believe the market's going to be going and whether or not analysts are right and if we're going to see that next pump. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up as this does help support the YouTube algorithm. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial. This way, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or you want to DM me some of your charts, you can do it over there. Otherwise, let's jump right into today's episode. Alright guys, now before we begin, I do realize that the background of my video matches my shirt almost exactly. Hopefully some of you guys recognize what this looks like. This is the Abra exchange that I've partnered with a long time ago. They're still a great exchange, so if you do know what they are and you've used them before, definitely make sure to comment down below. I'd like to see if you guys know what I'm talking about. Otherwise, moving on into today's episode, I do have my current YouTube channel pulled up, and you guys are honestly just killing the game right now. We're at 18.2k subscribers. Yesterday's video got over 2.6 or 2,600 views, which is incredible. I'm really trying to change things up for you guys. You can see that the article or my thumbnails are starting to become much more relevant to the space. I would like them to stand out just a little bit more, make them more unique to me. And not only that, but the technical analysis is getting a ton more in depth. Now, to move on into today's episode, you guys can clearly see that the current coin market cap is doing some pretty crazy stuff. A quick refresh will reveal that the markets are actually falling quite a bit. The past 7 days, we have Ethereum down 9%, Bitcoin Cash down 5%, Chainlink, Binance Coin, even Litecoin down 4 to 10%, which is pretty much just taking over the entire crypto space. Now, to jump right into things, I do want to show you guys what I have pulled up here on Bityard. For those of you that don't know, Bityard is the exchange that I like to use to basically capitalize off of shorting markets as well as buying long. Yesterday's episode, I talked about, yes, a breakout happening within XRP. You guys clearly saw it within the thumbnail here. I can't believe this. I wrote clear as day, time to short on the thumbnail, but I am talking about the parabolic breakout that could be happening within XRP. Now, when you look at the market right here, I have drawn a very long and, I think solid, symmetrical triangle, a symmetrical triangle where we do have a clear uptrend and a clear resistance, clearly setting higher lows, and then we are clearly setting lower highs. Ultimately, this was coming to some sort of end here as we slowly decided to fill the gap. And I said in yesterday's video and quoted that we need to see some sort of confirmation in the direction the coin wants to move to before we start to buy in. We needed to see whether or not we were going to close below this uptrend right here or above the resistance right here. And it seems like we finally decided to pick which direction we're going to be moving to. Surprisingly, we did actually manage to close below our uptrend. This is giving us a universal sign to be buying in. For those of you that didn't do this already, I can't tell you, I'm no financial analyst, no financial advisor, but I did say that when we were closing below here, I would be buying into short. So if you guys actually managed to buy in, you'd be closer to 24 cents right now, and you would be able to short it all the way down to as low as 22 cents. I do believe we are going to continue to head lower and slowly start to veer off to the downside. So if you guys haven't already, definitely make sure to capitalize off these gains. I did post Bityard in the description down below. We've had over 150 people now sign up for the exchange. So I'm a huge shout out to all you guys for doing that. It does help support the channel greatly to make these videos possible. So huge shout out to you. You guys know who you are, but it also is a great website to use. Not only do they offer the opportunities to buy tons of different cryptocurrencies and altcoins, but they also allow you to use a demo account in case you guys are worried about your transactions trading. If you're unsure of how to make money in the market, they give you a balance that starts at $100,000. You're allowed to trade it as much as you want. It's obviously not real money, but it does allow you to capitalize off movements, test your skills, hone in on your skills, and when you're ready, switch over to a live account and make those trades. So the fact that we're seeing confirmation of a correction to the downside does give me reason to believe we're probably going to see the prices go lower. Now, there really isn't much saying in regards to heading higher up, but now switching over to our XRP chart that I have on TradingView, this is on a Bitfinex chart. This is XRP to US dollar, not to USDT tether like Bityard was. So when you look at XRP to US dollar, you can clearly see a few things that are obvious right now. We broke below our moving average and we broke below our symmetrical triangle. The fact that we're closing below this uptrend right here and within the symmetrical triangle shows us reason to believe we're probably going to start to see a reversal, which means time to short the market. There really isn't much we have to pay closer attention to. Yes, we are at some sort of support slightly right here, but the fact that we've broken below moving average and the fact that we've broken below the uptrend is more than enough reason to believe we're probably going to see a short and a reversal pattern happening. Now, I do want to show you guys the chart that that a subscriber sent in a second, but before I do that, I do want to look at the other cryptocurrencies. The interesting thing here, and this is something that we have to consider, is yes, on my chart we can clearly see that we've broken bearish and are starting to reverse lower, but you can also see the resistance kind of support, sideways trading that we're hitting. If I draw a horizontal line, you can see what it is that I'm referring to. Let me move this up slightly. You can clearly see right now that this does kind of show a small support that cuts through the market. When you then look at the other altcoins in necessary or in comparison, you can see kind of the resemblance, not necessarily a correction lower, but you can see that, for example, Ethereum, which broke bearish from its ascending triangle, is actually getting much closer to its bottom support uptrend here, which would rely on a reversal to the upside. Same thing with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's really just had consolidation patterns happening. We've now entered a sideways trading market. The RSI is only showing that we're at 68, which is still overbought, but really not seeing any crazy big movement yet. Now, looking at the other cryptocurrencies, you can clearly see Litecoin is correcting much lower, getting ready for what could be a bearish cross. And now to bring things back to the article that was sent to me, the chart that was sent to me, you can see what's interesting and the comparisons on here. So just to try to analyze what was sent here, a little bit harder to adjust. There we go. I want to make things a little bit smaller for you guys so we can all get a better look here. He does have volume, the MACD, as well as RSI pulled up. He's drawn these trends on here. He can clearly and shows the corrections, the resistances right here, how many times we've rejected, 1, 2, 3, and the reversal pattern that happened here with our uptrend. He's showing that we've already broken through the downtrend, and the fact is that we're hitting a bottom here, which would be a sign of a reversal happening. So that definitely interests things and makes things slightly more confusing. I mean, he's getting the idea that we could be something like this, which is definitely a huge possibility. We could also extend things up like here and show that this might still be, a longer ascending triangle than we've thought. Ultimately, I wouldn't consider us to have reversed outside of it just yet. I would consider it to be something along the lines of this, but we are starting to correct lower, and this was a great idea to capitalize off the resistance and the correction lower. Otherwise, just to show you guys more, in-depth trading, you can see we are starting to have the slightest reversal. The other reason why my charts differ from what you're using or what the subscriber has sent me right here is he's using the XRP to US dollar on Coinbase. So consider the options here. Charts on different exchanges show different things. Prices are always different on the other exchanges. Yes, they're very similar. Yes, they're very close, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's the same thing happening. So he has the XRP to US dollar on Coinbase here. I'm looking at XRP to USDT tether on my Bityard chart, and then I'm also looking at XRP to US dollar on Bitfinex. All these exchanges show different signs. They show different lineage, and all of them can be read in different ways because the prices are all different on the exchanges. For example, if you went onto XRP right here and you clicked on the price of the coin, when this loads up and you go down to, the market pairs, you can see that these are all the different sources and exchanges of where you can actually purchase XRP. And notice that on these exchanges, we have 0.238, we have 0.236, we have 0.237. They are all different prices on the exchanges. Yes, they are very similar, but it does slew just a little bit the information that we read, granted that the coins trade on different things. To get you a better understanding, if we looked at the Bitcoin market pairs, you can see when this loads up right here, Bitcoin is $13,300 on Binance, but on Coinbase it's $13,320, but on HitBTC it's $13,488. There's a big jump between $488 and $320. So you can see that there's a very big difference between the prices on different exchanges. Bitcoin isn't necessarily a solid token and a solid price all around. Different exchanges accept more and trade less, depending on how much volume that they pump through the market. So that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video, guys. Hopefully that covered a lot of the things that we're talking about. Truthfully, you could leave it like this. You could slightly bend the way the chart looks and make it something like that. That's definitely possible. Would I consider that yet? I mean, there isn't much confirmation over here. So right now I am starting to see a correction to the downside. Regardless, we broke below the moving average, so I do believe we're going to swing lower. And lastly, the S&P 500 is also starting to correct lower. We're just waiting to see if we break below the neckline and reverse even farther down. Otherwise, guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. If you are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe. Turn on post notifications. Leave a giant thumbs up, as this does help support the YouTube algorithm. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, CryptoVOfficial, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.